So we're getting close to inviting Bree to join us. So I'm going to go ahead and throw Bree's information up here on the screen for you. So Bree is one half of the Doula Duo, which are two labor doulas that you can hire together. They work as a team, Alicia and Bree. Bree will be presenting today. They're a rad pair. They do a great job complementing each other. And they are just an excellent source for information and also support during your labor. So Bree will be joining us in just a minute here, but go ahead and take a look at all this information about where to find more about her. I both need more tea, and I also don't want to miss Bree talking because she's one of my favorite humans. So
I'm not missing. Yes. And we also, so as soon as Bree starts talking will be the moment that our next raffle goes live. So I'll post that link in the chat box, and that'll be a live giveaway up through the entire birth section. So anytime in that time you can enter the raffle, and then we'll pull the next winner at the next break.
Great. Sarah, I cannot see our participants from here. Do you want to invite Bree to join us?
Yes, I can do that.
Thank you.
All right, she has been invited, so
look at that cute picture.
As soon as you have your video and microphone on, Bree, we can pivot.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you guys?
We're good. We're just rolling, you know?
Yes. All right.
We're so glad to have you here.
I'm so excited to be here. All right.
So ready to roll?
You ready?
Yeah. Right. We're going to disappear and let you do your thing.
Okay, I'll do my thing. Everybody, I'm going to share my screen with you, so I don't have to see my own face. All right. So I'm Bree Dewey. I am one half of a doula partnership. My partner, Alicia Edeline, is actually with us today, but she hurt her back, so she's lying flat on her floor, just creeping on me while I talk on her behalf. Alicia and I are both labor doulas, birth doulas. We're childbirth educators. We process placentas, but we're here today to talk to you about birth doula support. Alicia and I support our clients together, giving them two styles of doula support. We believe that there is no one right way to do this. We want you to feel heard, respected, and supported in order to really kind of face the unknown and come through on the other side a badass, a birthing badass, no matter how you do it. We believe in supporting all kinds of birthing people from all family structures, family styles, in all kinds and shapes of bodies. And we are excited to share a few slides with you today. So I'm actually going to stop my camera for just a quick second because my internet connection when I share my camera gets a little bit slower. All right. So what is a birth doula? A birth doula is a non-medical member of your support team. Oops, sorry. And we are trained and experienced in supporting people throughout pregnancy, labor, birth, and immediate postpartum. So what does that even really mean? We are like a tour guide. If you've ever gone to a place where you've never been, we are your tour guide in Laborland. So we're not only your interpreter to help you speak the language that your provider is speaking at your birth location or translating all of your options for you, but we're also going to show you all of the hot spots that you might not have found on your own. A doula provides support in many different ways. Most commonly, we provide informational support, physical support, and emotional support. So informationally, we like to provide evidence-based information to our clients. Two people might look at the same information and make totally different choices with that information. We believe there's no one right choice to make. Another way we support families with information is we provide anticipatory guidance to normalize the experience. And hopefully that will really reduce some anxiety over the unknown, which is what birth is all about, diving into the unknown. We can help you see what books you want to read, what classes you want to take, normalize what's happening for your partner, help you create a birth plan, which we call birth preferences, because you know you can't always plan this stuff, and help you plan for postpartum. So how are you going to sleep? How are you going to feed yourself? And how are you going to feed this sweet baby? So we want to help you really plan all of those things so that you can really dive into the unknown. The physical support we provide can be hands-on. That might look like providing massage or acupressure during labor and birth, but it could also be hands-off things, providing suggestions for how to stretch prenatally for optimal fetal positioning, or providing position suggestions during early labor or birth. We have training in all kinds of birth and really want to facilitate those comfort measures no matter how you are choosing to bring your baby earthside. The final piece of the pie, which is an acronym for these three things, is that emotional support. So having a baby can generate all the big feelings, and we just want you to know that we are here for it. So we like to be a sounding board. If you are having anxieties or fears, we want to help you work through those to really prepare for the big event so that you can feel comfortable with the unknown. Part of that emotional support is simply showing up, being there, being on call 24/7 for you, and holding space during your big day. When people talk about doulas, they also often talk about advocacy. And I'm not going to talk a lot about advocacy, but we really believe that a huge piece of advocacy in this process is us simply microphoning your voice. We don't empower you because you have the power. You have always had the power and you always will have the power, right? We want to simply be there to make sure that your power is heard and that your voice is microphoned during your experience. So here's some evidence on doula support. In 2017, there was a Cochrane review published that went over continuous labor and birth support. This combined 26 trials with over 15,000 birthing people. And the outcome shows us that these folks who had continuous labor support versus usual hospital care received better outcomes. They had a decrease in the odds of cesarean birth. They experienced shorter labors, fewer medical interventions. Their babies were less likely to have low APGAR scores, and they were less likely to feel dissatisfied with their birth experience. There is also a smaller amount of evidence that doula support can lower postpartum depression rates in birthing people. And there's really no negative consequences to bringing on labor support. So the results of these studies really show us that if a birthing person has that continuous, unbiased support by someone who doesn't leave their side or their partner's side, they and their babies are statistically more likely to have better outcomes. I'd also like to show you what's in a typical birth doula package. So I think you can really expect from any birth doula in this area most of these things. We all offer a free consultation. So we want to get to know you. We want you to get to know us. That's like a first date. Then we provide unlimited text, phone, and email support until your baby's here and even throughout 6 weeks postpartum. We can provide you with referrals and resources. We have vetted everyone in the community who we like to refer to. If you weren't able to attend the parent trip, for example, and you're curious about who a good birth photographer for you would be, or who would be a good fit for chiropractic care, we have folks we love working with and we know our clients have had great experiences with who we can send you to. We are on call 24/7 from 37 weeks until your baby is born. Some doulas are on call from 37 or 38 weeks, and it might be different if you are pregnant with more than one baby. And we are there for you from the moment you call us during your labor until a couple hours postpartum after that baby is out of your body, no matter how they come out. We also meet with you prenatally several times. We meet with you 2 to 4 times prenatally, and we meet with you postpartum. So after this whole thing has gone down, do you want to process it? Do you have questions? Do you still need more information? We're here for that too. During a global pandemic, doula support looks a little bit different, and I do want to touch on that just briefly. So hiring a labor doula during this time is crucial because we are all staying really up to date on the fast and furious changes that are happening right now in all of the birth locations in Portland. Things are changing day by day, so we are staying up to speed to provide, again, that anticipatory guidance to our clients. What can you expect when you're going to walk in when you're experiencing contractions? What can you expect when you're going in for an induction during this time? Who's going to be wearing a mask? What's that going to feel like? Working through all of those things prenatally, we really believe is helping our clients feel like they're staying on top of their preferences, they know what to expect, so they can still feel in control of what they can control about their birth experience. We're also helping work with partners and the folks who can be physically present in the birthing space to make sure that they feel well equipped to support in the best way possible for them. So doing a lot of work with our clients to provide suggestions for partner support, practicing positions, almost like a position boot camp. There are tons of things that doulas are doing right now virtually to support birthing people like we've always done. It just feels a little bit different, right? Because we're hosting some of these meetings on platforms like this or on FaceTime. And finally, we are staying on call for folks who are laboring. So we have clients bringing laptops to the hospital with them so we can FaceTime them or Zoom them during their experience. We're providing that 24/7 labor support, no matter if we're there or not there. Some doulas are providing in-home early labor support at this time, but again, that's a choice that's going to be up to you and your doula so that everyone feels the most safe in this situation. So how do you find the right doula? We all know about Google, right? But did you know that there are staff doulas at the Providence hospitals in town who support specific midwife groups? And there are also volunteer doulas at several of our local hospitals who support other provider groups too. Or you can always hire a private doula like Alicia and I to support you throughout your pregnancy and postpartum experience too. So there are lots of ways to find us. I really recommend asking around. Do you have any friends who have utilized a doula? Did they love that person? Do they think you would be a good fit with that person? Maybe talking to your provider too to see if they've worked with a doula in the birth space who they thought was excellent. When you do meet with a doula for the free consultation, ask them the things that are really important to you. Alicia and I strongly feel that what is the most important thing for us is a good personality fit. Again, this is like a first date. So this person's probably going to see you naked. Do you want to hang out with them for a really extended period of time? Do you want to invite them into that special, juicy, vulnerable experience that you're about to have? That's the vibe that you want to get from the right doula for you. If it's important to you to also hear about their education and experience, that's great too. But really hone in on what feels good and who feels good to sit with. We really suggest meeting with more than one doula in your search. And if you have a partner, making sure that that person is present too. We end up supporting partners just as much as we're supporting birthing people, if not more. So we really want to make sure that it feels like a good fit to everybody who is going to be involved in the process. I only have a couple minutes left, so I wanted to leave time to chat or open it up for any questions that anyone has about birth and labor support from a birth doula. Again, I know that they will share information, but that's Alicia on the right and I'm on the left, and we are the Doula Duo. You can find us on Instagram, and we've linked my website because I have our virtual package information up there now in case you're curious about our pricing or what we offer for virtual support during this time.
That was awesome, Bree. Thank you. The whole time we're talking, I was like snapping my fingers, being like, yes, yes, yes.
I hope I wasn't cutting out too much. I kept the video going, but sometimes it makes my voice cut out, but hopefully it was catchable.
Everything, loved it. I'm seeing we've got a comment from Danielle here that says doulas are amazing. I tell everyone they should have a doula after my experience. So helpful on so many levels. Yeah,
I love it.
I'm biased, but doulas are important.
It was so hard for us to narrow down what to even talk about today because I could talk about this stuff all day long. I could be the whole 10 to 2 o'clock could just be me talking about placentas and all this shit. Like, this is my jam. So it was really hard to like narrow down what evidence do we want to present? What information would we find helpful if we were pregnant people? But this is so great to be here. And I love all the providers who have been on today. So thank you guys so much for having us.